Amur Leopards by Ethan Cheney. The Amur leopard lives within the temperate forests of East Russia. The abiotic factors within the leopard's environment include heavy rain, water, wind, and freezing temperatures reaching negative 80 degrees Fahrenheit at its peak. The biotic factors include fir and spruce trees with small shrubs and various animals such as elk, deer, bears, boar, and tigers. Wild Amur leopards have a diet consisting of deer, boar, and various rodents. The leopards don't have any specific mating season but can give birth to litters from 2 to 3. Climate change has decreased the Amur leopard's environment, causing them to dwindle. They prey on the Amur leopard's population have shrunk, so they do not have enough access to food, and the Amur leopard's fur is so beautiful that they are illegally hunted by poachers to take the fur and other parts of the animal. Inbreeding has caused a loss of genetic diversity. They adapted to a cold climate, which has changed to a warmer one, and the leopards have valuable fur to humans that has been hunted. We can donate to the already founded national park along the Russian and Chinese border, and if we do this, they can have more funding to bring the population back. We can introduce the leopards into zoos around the world to increase tourism and assistance being helping them, and we can introduce the leopards with different genomes to each other, which will eliminate the recessive disabilities that they may face. In my opinion, there are two environmental solutions that can be developed to help the leopard survive, and they include reintroduce the leopards into a large population of prey into the environment, providing more food to them, continue the global warming efforts to slow the depletion of the cold environment where the leopards can thrive. The piece of information that changed my thinking the most within this section was that the leopards' prey were being depleted so that the leopards followed suit, showing that if we fix the prey problem, we may help the leopards as well. The same piece of information was very surprising to me. An example of a food chain that the Amur leopards are involved in goes from the sun to grass to a mouse to a badger to the leopards. The leopards are at the top of their respective food chains and are the only organism that get higher is decomposers, which only work when the leopards pass. The 10% rule states that when you go from one trophic level of a food chain, you lose 90% of the energy from the last trophic level, resulting in 10% of the energy. This can seem to impact the Amur leopards because if the grass was to start at 100 kcal of energy, the leopards would end up with only 1 kcal of energy. A food web is a more complex food chain with multiple connections between species, and this can be seen with the image to the right where 10 species are interconnected, leading to the Amur leopards. The carbon and nitrogen cycle are both essential things that help move carbon and nitrogen through living things and the environment. These cycles affect the Amur leopard food chain and trophic levels by dictating the setup of the pyramid and the cycles provided with the materials of the plant and animals. At each trophic level, there are fewer organisms than the last, and this can be perceived because of how each trophic level has access to less energy than the last. This can be shown through the 10% rule, in which every trophic level has 10% of the last level. An example of this is the grass can have 1,000 kcal, the grasshoppers can have 100 kcal, and the birds have 10 kcal, and the leopards only have 1 kcal. This shows the difference between levels on the trophic scale and how the leopards have access to the least amount of energy. Climate change has affected the food pyramid because it has started to wipe out some of the lower trophic levels, such as mice and deer, and this has caused some of the pyramid to collapse. Climate change has also affected the biome because it has caused the normally freezing temperatures to rise, causing parts of the pyramid to fall. The Amur leopards, or Tropic 4, have started to decline because of the collapse of the other trophic levels. We can continue to contribute to the effort of global warming because it continues the way it has been. The environment of the Amur leopard will be wiped out as the cold environment of the leopard turns warm. The piece of information that has changed my thinking and was surprising the most was how the biome of the leopard has depleted immensely because of global warming. This changed my thinking because it's a possible solution to the Amur leopard's extinction and we could just continue working towards the global warming effort to help them thrive. Thank you for watching my presentation. This was Ethan Cheney.